they've lost control.
Well, they just, yes. And it's not because they've got drunk a bottle of whiskey, they've just had a glass of beer.
Yeah.
But they act as if they've drunk a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, yeah.
And they go out. And the other ones that didn't do that got morose and sort of jumped in their cars, drove off at high speed,
Raced. That's right.
Another vehicle going the other way. It does sound like a criminal thing to do.
It is.
That corner, well.
Oh yeah, that's Sydney Uni.
Yeah.
It's
There's some restaurants just back there.
there's a pub.
There's a pub.
Lansdowne.
Yeah, and it's the natural pub for people at Western University of
That's
Sydney,
right.
Sydney University.
Yep, I spent a lot of time in there.
Are you drinking more than you do now?
No, I wasn't drinking.
Okay.
They used to, for a fiver, you used to be able to get a drink and a steak.
Yes.
And it wouldn't have been viable for me to buy my own or to cook my own.
Right.
So I always had. I went out with David. He would have the 2 pints, and I would have the steak.
Right.
It was a cheap way of getting food.
Yes. Well, I still don't know what's happened to the guy who was my best man, the closest astronomy friend for years. And something went wrong, and I don't know whether it was someone else in the family didn't like me or didn't approve of what he was doing, or whether it was my friend who himself got disgruntled with the way his own life was going. And I could still chat with him on the phone, but he didn't want to see me or talk to me anymore.
Okay, that's unusual.
I'm not sure if he's dead or alive.
He's in the UK.
Yes, he ended up, he liked the southwest corner. On the Saturn, the Severn, the River Severn.
So Seven,
The river with the famous bore, where
yes.
the water skiers and
Yes,
people
yes.
jump on it and go shooting.
Yes.
So he had a house which was actually on the next thing over was the canal.
Right.
It was the river, natural river.
Yeah.
Big Kank turned into effectively a canal.
Yes.
Developed those sort of houses. But it was all the England traditional stuff.
Yes.
Pub at every corner.
It's just like here.
Yeah.
There's a pub, and then there's another pub, and there's another pub.
Yeah. Yes. Well, it's a social thing as much as...
It was. I mean, university was very much a social thing. Yes, you did have to do your assignments. You did have to do your studies or engage in your studies, but that was probably less than half the time that you spent at uni.
Yeah. Well, it was even less for people like me doing higher maths, because we had to watch we didn't damage our delicate brains.
Right,
so
okay.
You weren't supposed to sort of slave away at things.
Right.
If you couldn't get the answer to the maths puzzle, you went and did something else.
Well, as a geographer, we just go out in the field and dig holes.
Yes. Right.
Get another soil profile. Oh, that'll do.
And if you're lucky enough to pick up a crucial piece of evidence that proves some historical fact or some battle wasn't
it just,
a battle.
we
change
did
the course of history.
Yeah.
In retrospect.
Or if we know the strata of the soil,
Yes.
the type of vegetation that existed, because there will be pollen or the seeds or whatever, you could just extract those and find evidence.
Yes. Yes, there's abundant puzzles for PhD students to solve.
Yes.
And the supervisor, if he's any good, ends up being a professor.
Yes. Unfortunately, a lot of those PhDs are more a waste of time than anything.
Well, the same maths PhDs, most of them, retrospectively, are not doing anything useful themselves. It's just a basis for doing. Get lucky, stumble over something.
Something, yeah.
Build a career.
Maybe. there's a lot of research that went into geography, but it didn't eventuate in anything.
Well, there still are professors of geography. There's not many of them.
Not many. They're being merged into other faculties now.
Yes.
Um,
Well, it all merges into politics in the end, doesn't it?
that's what it comes down to, actually. Almost there.
Yep. So how late are we now?
We're only about 20 minutes. It's fine.
That's not bad. Sorry, I was so muddled up, but it was, that's why I said that it could have been a lot worse, because I've often waited 2 hours before my doctor sees me.
Sure.
And today, he had somebody in his, what do you call it, his study.
Consultation
His room.
Yeah.
And there was nobody in the waiting room.
Which is unusual.
Maybe
Wednesday's a good day for you to go.
I don't think it is. I think it must be just a random thing to do with the weather and the schools and what's happening and so on. Because there's an active bit. There's a lot of people go at 7 in the morning before they work.
Yes.
And they get up and go to work. And then there's people with kids that they have to get to school.
Yes.
And then there's a lull, a short one, and then the afternoon is the same. But there's only a narrow gap between the extended lunch and going to pick up the kids after the end of school and that sort of thing. And,
Right.
And it's completely different from Britain in that people in Edinburgh, I would say, well, I haven't been there recently, but last time I was there, I think half of them, or maybe 3/4 of the students, just got themselves to school on bicycles or by walking.
Yep.
Whereas in Australia, that was never a solution, because Australia's too empty and too big.
And most of the roads that, for example, Pennant Hills Road, is too dangerous for kids to be riding their bikes on.
No, that's correct.
I wouldn't let the kids run on Pennant Hills Road.
Right. Although, paradoxically, the centre of London is one of the safer places.
Yes.
And it's partly because of the imposed low speed limits, like
20 miles
an
hour, which is
the only solution.
30-something odd kilometers.
Right. And it's expensive.
And it is expensive. I think is it £15 per vehicle to drive into central London?
Yes. Well, that makes sense. I mean, real tourists, £15 is nothing compared with paying £1,000 per night to sleep in a hotel somewhere.
Yes.
So
I think some of the Soho, I think, is becoming more of a pedestrian area, so they're cutting the roads off.
Yes.
So it's no vehicles. They are moving people to mopeds.
Yes, and that can be pretty dangerous too, because
just go to
20 kilometres an hour, but they bang it head on into each other. That's 40 kilometres per hour.
Let's go to Italy. You see all these mopeds. It's like there's a sea of them, and it's like I'm supposed to try and cross the road. They say, "Yeah, don't worry, just walk. They'll ride around you." And they do.
It's the same in India. People go the wrong way around roundabouts because it's safer than going the right way around.
Yep.
But they survive.
They do survive, yes.
Most of them. Oh, there's the big brickworks.
That's the old brickworks.
That's where the Wollongong bicycle ride used to start.
That's right, yes. And then you go all the way down, because this is the highway, so-called, which is more of a joke.
Well,
oh. I'm actually in the wrong lane.
So what's that?
Oh, it's right lane or right turn only. This has changed. This is still the highway, but they've changed the road system. confused as to why there's no one here.
So what's that hotel called?
Sorry?
Which hotel's this?
Southern Cross.
Southern Cross.
It's actually it's bougie. It's improved a lot from 20 years ago.
Oh, okay.
It also means that it's more pricey.
Yes.
But they do serve quality stuff. Which hopefully we'll get lunch soon. I'm getting hungry actually. Roller truck, that's a bit long. It's longer than normal.
There seems to be an industrial, light industrial belt of some sort.
Yes, this area has always been light industry. Oh, is this the one I want? I don't think so. Oh yes, it is. Should be there in about 10 minutes.
It's not very short, quite a lot. Are you sure that this is the shortest route? No, isn't it?
It is now, yeah. You're probably thinking of going to Petersham, which is the next suburb down.
Right.
Whereas we're going up to Sydenham, Marrickville.
But I used to go up that way as well because they join up when you come in just before Sydney Uni.
Yes, up at what's that place called?
That's Marrickville.
Darlington.
Darlington, yes. Right.
Yeah. Or Camperdown. Camperdown, Darlington, one or the other.
They've all got connections with armies.
They do. Well, it's the way we I mean, we've got Balmoral Beach.
Yes.
So everything most things in Australia actually, you can tell that it has a English
Yes.
heritage.
Except you find odd corners that turn out to have Irish or Scottish.
Yeah, yeah.
Carrying on with the prehistoric princes, tribes in the north.
Well, the Irish and the English has always, in Australia, the Irish and English there's always been antagonism
Yes.
between the two. So the Catholics will go to obviously Catholic schools, and the Anglicans will go to more independent private schools, as opposed to Catholic schools,
Yeah.
which are also private schools.
Yes.
I haven't been down this way in years. Liam should be there by now. I don't know. He hasn't called, so. Not
But see, he is around. He hasn't got a car, has he?
The metro's just around this corner.
Right.
Well, next corner actually.
No, of course, yeah, you see Sydenham's on the metro line.
Yes.
Yes, and I never thought of it as being here.
In fact, we could have come down on the metro.
Yes. Yes, it would have undoubtedly been the cheapest and simplest way to get here, probably the quickest. I mean, it's really made a big difference. it doesn't help me as much if I'm going to the city hall, because that's a different metro line, and it's not a metro.
You're going to the city.
Oh,
it's
the
the
concert
same.
in the recital hall.
Oh, in the recital hall, yeah. You either get out at Martin Place.
Well, you can, but I usually get out at it's actually
Wynyard.
Wynyard, yes. And going home, Wynyard's much better because
Be someone. Gerard speaking.
Hey, you guys already made it?
I'm probably about 5 minutes away.
Oh, okay.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get there. It's weird.
Where are you?
The area is like being redeveloped.
Okay. Have you come out of Sydenham Station? Are you walking?
Yeah, I think I'm nearly there. I'm just cutting. I just had to walk through a construction site which is built.
Yes. Yes, you do. All right. Oh, he's not there yet. I think we might run into him. No, just slow down a little bit because he said he was walking through a construction site. Okay, is it this one? Yeah, this is a construction site.